What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today I'm bringing you guys some more Advanced Warfare multiplayer news about future patches and weapon tuning coming in the coming weeks and days for Advanced Warfare. Now, MK14 has often been tweeting about what's going to happen with weapons and what's going to happen with balance, and we did recently get a patch yesterday which changed a lot of things. That was for the Havoc patch, which introduced a bunch of things. Also balanced a few weapons. The HBR got a buff, a few weapons got buffs, and for the main part they wanted to increase weapons. They didn't want to nerf anything, and that's how they're tuning with the balance. Now, MK14 has still been tweeting saying that they're going to be doing more. A lot of people have been saying, and even tweeting me, saying they think there are more weapons that need to be buffed. Weapons like the MK14 and some of the shotguns, the laser weapons, they're all really kind of hard to compete with weapons like the ASM-1 and BAL-27. And MK14 has again been on Twitter, and someone was saying how they think there have been more weapons that should have been increased, and there are a lot of weapons that are unbalanced. And Michael said, we're being a little cautious not to overcorrect, so we're staggering rollouts. Many more to come over the next several weeks. So this basically implying there are going to be a lot more patches over the coming weeks, and this is going to be the time where they're going to be really tweaking how the weapons works. There might be some more weapon nerfs. He did say a few weeks ago that there won't be any more nerfs and they're only going to do buffs, but I think they're leaning towards the idea that maybe some weapons like the BAL and the ASM-1 might need to be nerfed, but we're going to have to see in the next coming weeks. There's going to be definitely a lot of changes, and I want to know from you guys, what weapons do you think need to be nerfed or possibly buffed? It's definitely one of the weakest assault rifles in the game, and it used to be, say, the HBR, that was also a weak weapon. That got buffed yesterday, so it got quite a good buff as well. It's maximum range, so I'm not sure how that competes with the assault rifles in general. It's probably still not the best. I'd say the BAL is probably still the best assault rifle, but the MK14, the single shot one at the very end, that thing is very, very bad, and it's very hard to compete. So let me know in the comment section, are there other weapons that you use and you think definitely could use a buff? Because I know there are quite a few that are very underpowered and don't really compete with the ASM-1. Sledgehammer, I kind of want people to use more weapons, but then again, there's always, as I said, there's always going to be that weapon that is always better than everything else, and there's going to be weapons that just stick out statistically. It's impossible to make a game that is 100% balanced, so it's impossible to make every single gun exactly the same. In every single COD since like COD 4, there's always been one weapon, be like the M16 or like ACRs or MA1, and there's always weapons you can name that will be the best. So I think it's probably going to be the case, and I think Sledgehammer will realise that they can't make all the weapons completely balanced and equal. There's always going to be standout weapons, but they're definitely going to be a lot more patches, and I'm thinking the weapon changes are probably quite significant. So we might notice a new weapon that comes from out of nowhere and is suddenly the new best weapon in the game. And he also tweeted someone again. He was saying he thinks that MK14 could use a little bit of a buff, and he said yes, it's on deck with the next round of weapons. So the next round of weapons is that there's going to be multiple weapons. I'm not sure what weapons are going to be, but the MK14 is definitely one of them. So it's interesting how they're kind of like how we said they're staggering these updates. They're not going to do them all at once. I think they're slowly going to be introducing these weapon patches and then slowly kind of seeing what happens, kind of gauging the community. They're also like looking into the game and seeing what the most used weapons, and so it's going to be very interesting to see over the next coming weeks. There's going to be quite a few patches, maybe like every other week or so. They'll probably do a new patch kind of changing weapons, and I don't think they're going to be doing any nerfs making weapons worse. I think they're just going to make weapons better. I mean, obviously there are still weapons that need to be better. The shotguns, for example, they're all pretty bad, to be honest. The Bulldog is probably one of the best in Attack 19. That was buffed in yesterday's update and made a little bit more powerful, and also with Gung Ho. But weapons like the S12, that thing is really, really bad and hard to use. And also some of the submachine guns, the AMR9, which is a 5-round burst submachine gun, that thing's really weak as well. So let me know in the comment section, what weapons do you think need a little bit of a buff and could do with a bit more of an increase? Love to know from you guys what weapons you think should be buffed and made better weapons. Drop a like rating on the video if you enjoyed it. Of course, all the latest Advanced Warfare news, I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date, so make sure you subscribe to the channel for all the latest information and news. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.